the genuine righteousness by faith is far more than Luther and Calvin were able to preach, or even Wesley in their day.
Absolutely.
Good as they were.
Wonderful. Sometimes there's a confusion when we say the new covenant is believe and live, and some say, well, it's obey and live for the old covenant. Now, that can be confusing to people. Can we explain that a little bit?
The idea of obey, I've thought about that. The idea of obey and live is misleading simply because it appeals to an egocentric motivation. If you will do this and that and that and that and that, and that and that and that and that, then you can go to heaven. And so you're concentrating on your own works. The idea of believe and live is not the believe only.
See, that could become just as dangerous as something you just said.
It's not the believe only philosophy of Sunday keeping evangelicals, and I love them. I'm speaking kindly. I have Sunday keeping pastors who are personal friends.
Of course.
If they were sitting here, I would say it still, because I think they should accept the Sabbath truth. But believe and live is not evangelical believism. Yeah, raise your hand. Yeah, I believe in Jesus. No, no, no.
Because it permeates the Christian world today. Well, I believe in Jesus Christ, that he died on the cross. Well, there are 100 different ways of defining that simple term, and they all can't be right. But the word believe in the King James Version, anyhow, virtually all the time, doesn't say believe as we think of believe. It's the word for faith.
Okay. Have faith.
Faith means far more than just believing that the sun is 93 million miles away from here.
Of course, yeah.
I don't have to have faith that the sun is 93 million miles, but I can believe it.
Well,
so faith is asking something more out of me than certainly just believing in Jesus. In the English way of using the word believe, yeah. And also in German, that's where you Glaube is so misused.
That's why this idea, the true idea of righteousness by faith that the Lord in his great mercy sent to us in 1888 is so desperately needed all the way around the world.
Well, this is the whole point of everything we're saying. When you say righteousness by faith, you're using a term that the Reformers used and terms that Wesley used. Wesley didn't agree with Luther,
that's right,
thankfully. But he didn't understand it fully because he didn't have the everlasting gospel yet, apparently.
That's right.
He didn't prepare people for translation. And he believed that when people die, they go to heaven or hell. So there's something about whatever God wanted a church to preach after Revelation, well, we'll say Revelation 14, 6, and 7, after 1844, had to do something about filling in what had not been emphasized for 2,000 years. And so when we say righteous by faith, we're not saying what other good people in the Lutheran Church or the Methodist Church are saying.
I've had this battle for half a century or more to try to convince my brethren the genuine righteousness by faith is far more than Luther and Calvin were able to preach, or even Wesley in their day.
Absolutely.
Good as they were.
Wonderful.
And I'm having difficulty getting the idea across, because constantly what comes back is the idea, and we've had books published by the Review and Pacific Press,
unfortunately,
doing the best they can, I guess, that tell us over and over that the 1888 message is only what Luther and the Reformers
we recovered something important.
Yeah.
We got out of our legalism.
Yeah. That's all there is to it. So let's adopt their ideas and bring them home and make a home in Adventism for them.
So then, Bob Wieland. What is it about righteousness by faith coming out of 1888 messages that is different than righteousness by faith in Martin Luther?
Number one, if I can try, let me try. Because you're challenging me here, and I'm to try to do the best I can. Number one, implicit in this idea of righteous by faith is the realization that the death that Jesus died on that cross was the second death, which truth becomes possible to believe only if you abandon the pagan papal doctrine of natural immortality.
That's the first step.
Number two, it is a realization that the Son of God, in taking upon himself our human nature, took the fallen sinful nature of Adam after the fall, and therefore Christ was tempted in all points like we are, yet without sin. Now that truth is doubly important because the sinless nature theory is actually pagan and papal in its origin.
Mm-hmm.
It's the Roman Catholic doctrine of the Immaculate Conception.
No question.
Which confuses people a great deal. And that colors, or it's like a fog that hides the snow-capped mountain peak. So you can't really see it. You know, you can't visualize it there. This doctrine of natural immortality clouds the whole idea of righteousness by faith.